2025 WNBA All-Star Game captains have been announced. They are none other than Caitlin Clark, your leading vote getter, and Napheesa Collier, who will be a captain for the first time in her career. Those two coming off great seasons thus far. Collier, presumably the MVP favorite so far. Caitlin Clark, by far the most entertaining and popular player in the league, comes in at number one. And, I think this is going to be the first of many. I think there's a hell of an accomplishment for both of them. When you compare it to the 2023 All-Stars, we're going to do something that ESPN likes to do in another case. We're going to skip 2024, go back to 2023. The leading vote getter was A'ja Wilson with just over 95,000 votes. Fast forward to 2025, Caitlin Clark earned 1,293,526 votes. That represents an over 12 times increase. That's just one small example. I think you can point out of Caitlin Clark changing the league's popularity and trajectory for the better. Really inarguable data, just seeing what it was before and what it is now. And you can look up and down all the ballots that have already come in thus far and just see, someone like Lexi Hall is smoking those totals from 2 years ago that were really quite, embarrassing in one sense. Of course, this is Caitlin Clark's second All-Star game. She's going to be starting for the second time, which is great. Napheesa Collier, this is going to be her fifth All-Star game. This is the first time that she is a captain. And the remaining 8 players that are starters, which will be selected, are due to be announced tomorrow night, I believe. And then the WNBA head coaches will select the All-Star reserves. Pool of players will then be picked from there. As I imagine, Caitlin Clark will be picking Aaliyah Boston with her first overall pick. It's going to be really interesting to see how this breaks up so we can see, what kind of alliances there are in the league, if any, what kind of future team-ups this could set up, and who really makes it, quite frankly, because there's a lot of players with arguments to slide into some of those reserve roles. This is the press release from the WNBA. They sent it out a little bit earlier today. As I mentioned, Clark, second All-Star. Collier with her fifth one. I think there was something else in here that was pretty interesting I wanted to read to you guys. Okay, so how they basically are going to do this is, it says the 10 starters were selected from across the WNBA without regard to conference affiliation. Current WNBA players and a media panel joined fans in selecting the All-Star starters. Fans accounted for 50% of the vote, while WNBA players and a media panel accounted for 25% each. Additional details about fan returns from the 2025 voting will be provided tomorrow after the remaining starters are named. So we will get those totals. And this is how they're going to be constructed. After all votes are tallied, players are ranked by position, guard, and front court within each of the 3 voting groups: fans, players, and media votes. Each player's score is calculated by averaging the weighted rank from the fan votes, the player votes, and the media votes. The 4 guards and 6 front court players with the best score are named as starters for the All-Star game. Fan voting serves as the tiebreaker for players in a position group with the same score. So after the starters have been announced, the league's head coaches are going to select the 12 reserves without regard to conference affiliation. The head coaches will vote for 3 guards, 5 front court players, and 4 players at either position regardless of conference. Coaches may not vote for their own players. So they're trying to make this thing as fair as possible. And next week, the reserves will be announced. The WNBA itself is on Twitter here promoting a photo shoot with Caitlin right here, saying the first Indiana Fever All-Star captain ever, so in WNBA history, so that's pretty cool. As I mentioned to start the video, I believe we have the correct total, so I want to read this tweet from @Mr. Smith Marrero. Shout out to him. 2 years ago, A'ja Wilson had the most All-Star votes with 95,860, and Breanna Stewart was second with 87,586. This year, Caitlin had 1 million, 1.2, and Collier had 1.1. Hate Caitlin all you want. She changed this league for the better. There's nothing to dispute on that. I think if you're disputing that, you are fighting with math at this point. And one thing we don't like to do is fight with math, because math will make you look like a fool. So congratulations to Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier for being the top 2. It didn't change from the first ballot returns that came in. There was a slight chance Aaliyah Boston could have ended up a captain as well, but I'm more than confident Shu will end up as a starter. So, you know, I'm looking forward to see if it's going to be that Indiana Fever lineup versus everybody. If Lexi Hull can like somehow defy the coach and reserve voting and the fan votes come in that strong to get a fourth Fever member in the All-Star game, I think it would be funny personally, but I'm sure some people would be mad as well. And this is supposed to be fun. It's an all-star game. I believe Caitlin's still averaging like 18 and 9 for her struggles that she's having. Napheesa Collier, we know her stats are out of this world this year. I imagine the atmosphere in Indiana will be out of this world, and one can hope, you know, Caitlin Clark is healthy enough to participate in the game at this point. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, what do you think of the All-Star captains in the comments? Please let me know. Make sure you check out our membership tab. You can always join. And my name is Rich Latta. This is One Lifetime. Peace. Before I leave you guys, I present this tweet without commentary, just something to enjoy here that I found funny as I had begun wrapping up this video.
I'm gonna need some size for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna need some size and some defense in the interior.
Yeah.
Especially with Giannis and LeBron James playing such great basketball this year. I need somebody to offset that, so I'm gonna go with Rudy Gobert.
I agree.
That worked out nicely for you.
It worked out nicely. I mean, you can't let people run through the lane and dunk all the time. Got somebody defending back there.
Hey, chess, not checkers. Hey, when somebody want out, you let them go. Don't let them come back. I'm with you, KD.
That's why I cut my hair off. I was like, I'm going.
So James Harden goes to LeBron James as the final selection of the All-Star draft. Shaq.
He hasn't played. Is he healthy?
Who's that?